Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my favorite video of the entire year. What is in my backpack for the 22-23 school year? So this was the first ever video I ever filmed for this channel last year for my junior year of high school, and I just finished watching it, and it's kind of crazy to me all the things that have changed since I filmed that video. Like, my hair right now is the same length that it was in that video, but it grew so much in that year. Like, the evolution of me and who I was as a person and all the things that I went through this year are just insane. Someday I'll make a video about that, but probably not. I might close my curtains, the glare is really bad. Anyway, I felt like I should make that video. Obviously, it is a part of my Get Ready With Me for Senior Year series. So here it is. Also filming from a new spot today. I don't usually film on my floor. I usually film at my desk, but I feel like switching it up. So we're gonna film on my floor. You guys get to see my room. Here it is. It definitely looks long and tiny right now, and I promise you, it's kind of more of a square shape. But anyway, all that aside, here is what's in my backpack for the 22-23 school year. My senior year. Okay, so to start, we have the same backpack as last year because I don't get new backpacks very often. I got a new one last year because it was all ripped up and I definitely needed a new one. But we have this one. She lasted the whole year. We're gonna use her again. Yay! I talked about why I liked it so much in my last year's video, so if you do want to see the reasonings why I love this backpack, because I love this backpack. I've used this type of backpack since I was in 7th grade, and I've never stopped using this type. It's fantastic. So if you want to see why I like it so much, definitely go check out my old one from sophomore year. But a lot has changed. So let's see what's inside. And I might also do like a comparison video. I might do like a side to side because same backpack, a lot of the same supplies, but also a lot of different supplies, and just a lot of evolution. So anyway, starting out, we have the mini front pocket. So in here, usually during the school year, I will have my phone and my keys in here, which I obviously don't have right now because they're just out and about in my house, and I'm filming on my phone right now, so it's not in here, but it will be. So then, like last year, I have 2 hair clips, 2 of these little claw clips. I like this one a lot. It holds all my hair back. This one holds a little bit, just because my hair is so short now. I don't really know how much this one's going to be able to hold, so I added this one in. And then I also have a pack of gum, because necessity for high school. And then I'll usually, like I said, just have a few other random little things that I throw in here. When I cleaned out my backpack, I found like hair clips, bobby pins, change, and the weirdest thing was a rock. And I could not tell you where I found that, but I found it somehow, and I carried it the whole year. So that is what's in the frontmost pocket. And then my second little pocket, we're changing this up. Last year, I kept all of my period supplies in here. This year, we're keeping masks because this year, we are not required to wear masks at my school, but I still like to wear them because I have a cold right now, and I'm realizing how much I hate this. I forgot how awful colds are. I mean, they're not that bad. Like, you can function, but gosh, they're miserable. So I am gonna keep wearing masks to avoid general sickness and not just COVID. So we're keeping that in there. And I also have this little packet of bobby pins. And to be honest with you, I don't know why I have these. I originally put them in to help hold back my bangs because when I would go to sports practices or dance or whatever else I was going to, I would need to pull my hair back, and sometimes my bangs would get really stuck on my face and I wouldn't want them there, so I'd pin them back with a bobby pin. But I don't have any, all my sports are in the spring, so I don't really know why they're in here right now. Anyway, doesn't matter. Moving on to the first big pocket and also the smallest big pocket. So this one, if I can get it open, this one I don't keep a lot of I keep school supplies in it, but I keep supplies that I don't use like every single day or all the time. So first off, when you open it up, and it is a little dirty just because I've had it for a year now, we've got these 3 little pencil pouches, which I'm putting the pencils that I just got. You can see me get these and the other school supplies that I bought in it's not most recent when I post this. I just uploaded it as I'm filming this, but my back to school supply shopping, which is the first part in my Get Ready With Me for Senior Year series. But these pencils, they're Pentel, Papermate 0.7 millimeter. They're like, I think they called them like metal barrel or something. They're really nice. I really like them. Anyway, so we keep 2 of those there, and who knows, throughout the year I might find something else to put here. But then in this pocket, we keep some things. Last year it was like personal items. This year we're switching it up a bit. So first off, AirPods. Of course, I switched my case up a little bit from last year, mostly because I lost the other one. So I did lose my AirPods this year. I went to Maine over Christmas to go see my best friend, and on the plane ride back, I lost my AirPod case and my left AirPod, but not the right one, because the right one was in my ear. So I lost the silicone case that went on this that was like blue that I absolutely loved, and my AirPods. I had to save up for like months to buy a new pair. So frustrating. So anyway, AirPods, don't lose them. And then a high polymer eraser, because these pencils don't have erasers on the back. My tape flags for reading and annotating books. Highlighter, so I always dedicate one colored highlighter to the book that we're currently reading in English, and this is this book's color, so whichever one's in here, whichever one I'm using will always be in here. And then the last thing is my Apple Pencil, which I'll actually eventually put on my iPad, but for now we're going to keep it in there. So that's what's in that pocket, just some random little supplies. And, you know, like I said, everything changes. I might check in with this mid-year. But the next thing that you'll see is my medical equipment. So I've mentioned this before, but I do have type 1 diabetes, and I have a lot of stuff that I have to keep on me. So I keep this little bag with all this stuff. For example, we've got treatment for my low blood sugars. We've got ketone test strips for when my blood sugar's too high. Like glucometer, Lancet, all that stuff. And I can make a whole nother video about diabetes and all that stuff later. But I do keep this pouch with me during the school year just because it's important to have. And then we have my glasses, which I actually need to get a new pair. I have had these since I was in 8th grade. They don't fit me anymore. Case in point. And they're actually the wrong prescription. So I have to get a new pair pretty soon. We just keep putting it off. So hopefully we're gonna do that this weekend, get some new glasses, but that's where I'll keep them once I get them. And then this is my little go kit, I call it. This has period products, makeup remover, extra makeup, you never know, Band-Aids, lotion, like whatever you could possibly need, it's in here. And then a hairbrush, because again, I cannot tell you how convenient it is to have a hairbrush with me on a school day. Like, I started doing this in my freshman year, and it was a lifesaver for me, because it's like, if my hair is really messy during the day, like, it's so nice because it can help just smooth things over a little bit and tide me over till the end of the day, and then I don't feel so self-conscious about it all day. Like, it's really a lifesaver. Anyway, next thing I have is my calculator. Same one as last year. We'll probably use this for stats. I don't know. Different cover this time. You can get these at Walmart for like 25 cents a piece. I have like a bunch of them. I switch it out all the time. In fact, I'll probably do that today. And then the last thing that I keep in this front pocket is a power bank, just because this is so nice to have. My medical equipment dies on me all the time, so I found that this thing is a lifesaver because I can just plug it in super quick and get some charge, and then I'm good for the rest of the day. Phone, iPad, whatever else. Sometimes I let other people use it. Like, this thing is just magic. So anyway, that's what I keep here. I'll also probably keep my lunch and some other things in here throughout the year. Like, I just tend to throw stuff in this pocket, but it's my not exactly academic pocket. Yeah. It's pretty tiny too. There's not a ton of space in it for everything that you need. So, you know. And then finally moving on to the back pocket, the big pocket, the one I use the most. So, in this pocket, I'll look this up so you can see, I keep all of my actual school stuff. So we have, obviously, in the back, I'm just gonna cover that up. We have this laptop pocket, which currently has a folder and some papers in it, and I will put my laptop in here as the year goes on. But for now, I'm just gonna tuck that because it's got my name and phone number. I don't need you guys seeing that. Anyway, so what I do keep in here is the book that we're currently reading, which is Constellation of Vital Phenomena. I 10 out of 10 recommend this book. It is so good. I'm not very far through it yet, but we're looking good, we're doing good, I'm really enjoying it. This is how we annotate our books here at my school. And I'm just gonna show you like a little bit more what we do. So I've got like different highlight colors for what I'm using everything for. And those are my books. And then my iPad. So my school gives us an iPad every year. I've talked about this before. I also showed how it's set up in my first back to school video from last year. I haven't changed the setup at all. It's still exactly the same. And I probably won't, just because it's a lot of work. But yeah, our school district gives us iPads just to do our schoolwork on, so we don't have to keep a laptop with us. I tend to bring mine just because I have some off blocks, and so it's nice to be able to work on SAT prep or college applications on a keyboard that's actually comfortable to type on, because while it's really convenient that that has a keyboard, it's super tiny, and it's like, I find it really like my fingers kind of cramp up when I'm using it. So I just bring my laptop to school anyway. And then the next thing that I have is my pencil case, and this is the same one that I had last year. It works great. I don't need to get a new one every year, but it's changed a little bit on what's inside, so let's check it out. So first thing, we still have the lead refill in here, but everything else that I had in this little pocket has come out. And then this setup has completely changed. So we now have my brush pen, which I use for titling my notes, the two pens that I'm currently using for my planner, which I have a different planner now, so I will show you guys that one. And then the two pens that I use to take my notes. I absolutely adore the S-Gels. The Sharpie S-Gels are so nice. And I have this reusable one, but they don't sell ink fills for some reason. So I don't know what the point of that was, but I really like these pens. I use them all the time for note taking. This is the one that I actively use, and this is a backup. Once this one empties out, I just take the ink from in here and throw it in that one. And then instead of my old highlighters, my old Sharpie highlighters, we now have mild liners. And I do use the mild liner brush pens. I still take these, use these for taking notes, just like people do with the highlighters. But I do also do a little bit of calligraphy with them. And I just have the standard pack, plus I went out and bought a brown, because brown is kind of my favorite color. So, yep. And then the other thing I have is my whiteout pen that I just bought, which after trying this, I don't think it's better than the liquid. I think it'll be easier to use than the liquid, but it's really, really watery. Like, it doesn't really cover up very well, so we'll have to see how this goes throughout the year. I might go back to just using the regular liquid. But yes, that's my pencil case, same as last year. I mean, different stuff obviously, but same pencil case. And then we have my planner for this year. So last year I kind of like did a 180 on my usual planner, and I got something super basic and boring, and I hated it, and I ended up not using it all. So this year I found this one on sale. It's a 18-month planner, which means it'll actually carry me into my first semester of college, which is insane to say. But I think it's really pretty. The colors are really nice. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It's got these cute like little title pages, and I have, you know, this area to plan out and focus. This was for July. I've been using it all summer. This is August. I just sent my monthly intentions and just stuff this past week. Yeah, figured out, you know, my color, my pen settings, it's got the monthly chart. The actual like day-to-days are kind of boring. As you can see, it's my first day. I'm trying to make it more fun and do fun things with it, but I usually just like write a list of what I need to get done every week in here and call it a day. But yeah, this is my planner for the year, and the next year and a half, and I absolutely adore it. And then we have some notebooks. We've got a new one this year. My mom gave me this for my birthday. I'm going to use it for my IB psychology class. So I'm doing IB psychology HL, which is our second year. Heavy note-taking year. Last year was the first time that I ever used an entire 3-subject notebook for one course, and that was psychology. We take a lot of notes, so this whole notebook's gonna be dedicated to psych, just because I know I'm gonna need it. And I think it's really cute. I like the little lemons, and last year I went for really boring, just like white notebooks. And on that note, here's one of those boring white notebooks. A lot of my classes are 2-year classes, so this was my English notebook last year, and it'll be my English notebook this year. My other 2-year class, I think I'm actually going to drop this year, just because it's IB biology, which is a great class, but my teacher, I don't feel like he's really teaching us what we need to know. Like, I don't feel like I learned anything from that class, and the major that I want to go into for college, I will need biology for, so I'm actually gonna drop it this year because I know I'm gonna want to take it in college, where I'm gonna feel like I'm actually learning the content, instead of these past 2 years where I've felt just kind of like I'm taking the class because I have to and for the credit, and not because I'm actually learning anything from it. And I am done with science credits for my high school years, so I'm just gonna drop it. And then I do need to get a couple more notebooks, obviously, for the other classes that I'm taking. I'm taking AP Stats this year, which I'm really excited about, and Spanish. I'm going back into Spanish. I didn't end up taking Spanish last year, so I'm gonna take Spanish again this year, which I'm excited for because I love Spanish. So I'll need to get a couple more notebooks, but I might just sift through some old ones, see what I can pull out, because we usually don't take a lot of notes for either of those classes. And yeah, that's gonna be my year. I'm really excited. It's definitely gonna be different than last year. Last year was a really, really tough year, and I have a feeling this one's gonna be a bit easier, despite the amount of like AP and IB exams that I'm gonna have, which really isn't a lot. Some kids like take like 6 or 7, and I'm just taking 3, but it still feels like a lot to prepare for and a lot to focus on. So, you know, on top of college and all that stuff, it's gonna be pretty stressful, but I'm excited. And I'm looking forward to it, and I really like my school supplies for this year. So anyway, that was what's in my backpack for my 22-23 school year, my senior year. I really hope you enjoyed, and you know, give it a like, give it a comment, anything you want to share, anything you want to add. You can just say hi, I'll say hi back, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. And then part 3 of the Get It Ready With Me for Senior Year video will be my school clothes haul, and I'll hopefully have that up just a couple days after I post this one. I'm filming them all in like the same 2 days, but you don't need to know that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!